Slow eBay sales, I got you. Guaranteed 3 ways I can fix your store, anybody's store, if you just listen. And I will show you. I'm not just talking. This is my sold sales from yesterday. Look, I just sold something else. But 35 items that I sold yesterday, they're all put out here right now. I'm going to package this up while I talk to you guys and show you why my store is selling so much stuff. Look at that, everything paid all the way down. This is everything that, like I said, sold yesterday, one day. Tons of video games, obviously. You got some unique shoes you guys need to look for. Your Carhartt pants, some Merrell shoes. Here's some tap out clothing. You got PlayStation, some action figure. You got a random CD player right here, Game Gear, Super Mario. Cool stuff, right? You get the point. But I'm gonna set the tripod up right here and I'm gonna tell you guys 3 ways how you can sell more. First things first. Yeah. It is 4:50 a.m. and we up at it right now. Going on vacation later today, so I figured I'd get all my stuff packaged up before we leave. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So the very first thing, if your store is selling nothing at all, extremely slow, and in fact, I know you're refreshing your eBay store every 3 minutes, no sales, but then you get a notification and you open that notification and it's not a sell, it's a return item, or somebody just has an issue, and then you're just like, dang, I'm not selling nothing, I'm losing money, like what is going on? I'm here to help you, okay? So the very first thing you need to do is stop, pause, and you need to take a step back. You need to spend the entire day researching. You need to research the market. You need to see what is selling and what is not selling. And a good way to do that is to log into eBay and just look up some random stuff. I don't know, look up some video games and go to the sold listings. And you can sort from highest to low for value wise and see what is selling. That's a good way. And then from there you start building your knowledge to figure out, you know, what the stuff you have in your store may not be what people want. You may be selling, I don't know, a half drunk Monster can and nobody wants it, but you're wondering like, hey, I know this goes for $3 at a gas station. I know it's open, so I'm gonna sell it for $1 so they get a huge discount. Doesn't matter, nobody wants it. This means nobody's gonna buy your stuff from your eBay store if you're not listing stuff that people want. And if you're not listing stuff people want, it's probably because you don't have the knowledge yet. You haven't taken the time to learn about items. So that's the first thing. You need to pause and pull out your phone, start searching the market, figure out what is trending, what's hot, what does everybody want, what are people buying, the time of the year. That's a big one. You got to stay current with the times. We're running a business. We're making money on eBay, and if you're not selling, there's reasons why, and it's not because of the buyers. It's because of the seller, which is you and I. We're not selling the right stuff, and it changes throughout the entire year. So with that being said, the very first thing you got to do, take time to learn the market, or you're wasting your time. When you go out sourcing and stuff, which we're going to get into that next, you're just wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting gas by buying the wrong stuff that nobody wants. And while you're sitting there going through looking at the market, after you get a good understanding of what is selling, relook at your store, look at the stuff you're selling. Because again, if you're selling, what I got in here? Let's see what I can find in here. Could be a perfect example. Let's see. All this stuff is good. Let's see if I can find something here on the fly real fast that I know is never going to sell. What is this? What is this? Actually, I don't even know what this is. Get the tripod set up right here. We'll open this together. If I get this set up right. Let's see, what could this be? Oh yeah, some like guitar stuff. This is like some guitar picks. Like you play the guitar and run that up and down the strings, right? This right here is sold on Amazon for like, I don't know, probably like $5. This was a gift to me. Like I actually use this because I do play guitar sometimes. But look, something like this right here that you can get on Amazon for $5. Free shipping probably, and if you order it right now it is $4.55. It'll be here at $4.56. That's how fast they ship it. So would it be a good idea to go out and buy this, spend $3 on this and try to sell it for $5? No, it's never going to sell. So keep that in mind, right? Build your knowledge, take the time to learn so you can sell more. Cool, let's get into the step number 2. Yeah. All right, so step 2, way 2, what you gotta do, number 2, whatever you want to say or however you want to do it. But the second thing you must do is source better. Again, source better, wiser, slow down, and only pick out the good items. And if you have to hit 3, 4, 5 different thrift stores and buy, nothing at all until you get to the very last one and all of a sudden you find some good items, hey, so be it. But if you're out here just buying cheap items because like, oh man, this is a cheap item, like I paid $2 or $3 for it, I might make $2 or $3 for it. Yeah, maybe it's going to take a year for that thing to sell, 2 years for it to sell. The next thing you know, you have a massive store that's selling nothing because you're buying anything and everything just to make $1 profit. But that's not how you're going to make sales, I promise you. You're going to have a huge store with no sales. So you have to slow down. You already took the entire day to build your knowledge to be able to know what items are going to make you profit, decent profit, and it's going to sell fast because they're in high demand right now. You know that. So whenever you're going out, whether you're thrifting, yard sales, flea markets, Facebook Marketplace, whatever the case may be, you now know that, hey, source better. Only get good items. Don't be getting this garbage that, let's be real, nobody wants. And fix the camera there. Sometimes by happenstance, let me set the camera up here now real quick. I packaged up like, I think 13, 14 items. And now I got another, I don't know, 5 or 6 here. Look, the pile's getting smaller, as you can see. It's like 5:15 now in the morning, so we're getting through it. I'm going to package all this up, then I'm going to list some stuff in a little bit. But anyways, you might get lucky buying some cheap item, like, I don't know, this is a tape roll or whatever that I have right here. Let me show you. Mess up the camera again, but see this? I taped this down. That way, whenever I'm getting my measurements, look at this. No ruler needed. Like, I don't have to bring out no ruler that maneuvers around. No, I just lay it down. Gives me my dimensions right beside my scale. So, it makes shipping a lot faster. But anyways, oh, camera about fell. Anyways, you might list this right here. You might pick it up for 50 cents, and then all of a sudden you list it for $1.79, right? And it's been in your shelf for like 4 years. But what's crazy is, you might sell this one day, but the only reason why you're going to sell this one day is because somebody who don't know how to use a phone properly, whatever, they probably just started an eBay account. They're on here looking stuff up, whatever, and all of a sudden they fumble their phone while they're on eBay, and it just so happens to be on your item right here. And as they're fumbling their phone, they click purchase, and then they go grab it again, and it says, yeah, put it in a cart. And then they pick their phone up, and all of a sudden they hit, yes, I want to buy this item. And then boom, they bought your item just randomly because they fumbled their phone, and now you sold this, right? And then you're like, oh, exciting. But that was just by happenstance. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But yeah, you get my point. What? How's there a lightning bug in here? There's a lightning bug. It is that time of year. Cool. They're here getting the knowledge too. But yeah, source better, slow down, only get high sell-through rate items, items that people want, unique items that cost a lot of money. Like, come on. We know how to do this. You gotta, just build the knowledge. Find better thrift stores if you need to. Go to the next, town beside you, city beside you. Might have to drive an hour down the road, but I'd rather drive an hour down the road and find a store that has great stuff versus spend 3 hours in my local town buying stuff that nobody's gonna buy, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Weigh out what you're doing, and that way you can buy the good stuff and make money. So that's step number 2. Let's go ahead and get in step number 3. If I knew how to edit better, I would do some kind of cool transition, but I don't yet. We're going to get there. So here we go. Transition this. All right. Last thing, to make sure you are selling on eBay every single day and every item you list sells. This is a big one. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyways. You have to list your items cheaper, way cheaper. I live by the motto, I forgot who I heard this by, but I would rather get a quick nickel over a slow dime. Any given day, I would rather take a quick nickel over a slow dime. And this is why, right? Let me pick a couple items over here. I'm almost done packaging up all my stuff. Like, look. Got all the packages there, got about 20 there. I got about another 5 or 6 down here. And out of the 34, 35 items that I was shipping, only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more items left. And I'm done packaging for this morning anyways. But anyways, yes, you have to list your items cheaper so that they sell. We're buying items at great prices, so sell them at great prices. It goes both ways. Because if you go and buy, I was going to say it's Nintendo Switch 2 right here, but that's a bad example. Let's go with, that's funny, Barney right here, right? This is a random item, I know. But say this item is valued at $20. And I picked this up for 50 cents at a yard sale, which I probably did. Most people want to then, okay, they look at eBay, it sold for 20, I picked it up for 50 cents. I'm going to list it for $19.49. I'll be, 51 cents cheaper than everybody else. Thing's still going to take forever to sell. But if I listed this, say, for $10, man, this is going to sell almost immediately before I even hit, list to seal the deal on listing this on eBay. As soon as I hit list, someone's already buying it. Gross. There's like water leaking out of this. Look at that. Ew. It's like rainwater, bath water. That's gross. Anyways, list cheaper, okay? That way you're selling your stuff. You don't want a massive store that all of your stuff is just sitting on the shelves and not selling. I'm not collecting inventory. I don't want to keep this stuff. I'm in the market to buy cheap, sell cheap, keep it, going as fast as I possibly can, rinsing, repeating, and just making money. But that is how you're going to sell your items. List cheaper. So to take it back to the very first step, we'll go over them all real quick. You got to take your time. You got to take a step back, build your knowledge, figure out, again, what is selling, what's not selling, learn the market, the time of year, what seasons are here, what's the next holiday, what people are going to be wanting and needing, because they're not going to be needing. It's July right now. It's about to be July 4th weekend. No one's needing a big old huge fur coat. So if you're out sourcing right now and you see a massive fur coat, I probably wouldn't buy it at the moment if you're limited on funds to go out and pay for stuff to list on your store. I probably wouldn't pick up a fur coat. But what I would pick up right now this time of year, see if I can find something real quick. It's time of year, it's time of year. I don't know, this right here, this is cool. Look at this. This bag right here, right? Because people are going on vacations, they're traveling. And vacations equal, what is that? Disney? Yeah, Disney World. Look at this bag. This is a very expensive bag, which, by the way, I picked up for like, I want to say I got this for like $5 or $10. This is a $300 bag that I got listed. I picked up like 5 or 6 of these. This is the last one I have that hasn't sold yet. And I just bought these like a month ago. So that's a great deal. But yeah, see, these are the items you want to pick up. Vacation time, Disney, people taking their families to Disney World. They can buy this bag. Take it with them, because yeah, that's the items that are selling right now. And I'm selling this way cheaper than everybody else is. I'm selling this like $150 cheaper than everybody else. And that's why I've already sold like almost all these bags. And I paid like $60 for like 5 bags. And I've made like, I think $1,300-$1,400 on these bags. Yeah, if I slowed it down and listed them full price, maybe I could have made $1,800. But they probably wouldn't have sold yet. I'd still be sitting on them. But I was able to sell them, take all that money, go out sourcing, and buy more product. Which leads us into step number 2 again, which is, yes, source better. Right there, source better. Make sure the items you're picking up are good. And then the last one is list your stuff cheaper than everybody else. That's the way to do it. That's the way to be successful on eBay and to change your store from no sales to a crazy amount of sales. To where as soon as you list it, you got watchers, you got people counter offering, asking to buy it, asking questions about it, wanting it, you're engaged, you're making tons of money, and yeah, things are great. So that's the end of the video today. I'm gonna finish packing this stuff up right here. And then I got to get to listing a bunch of stuff, which I bought all these dolls the other day. They're really like freaky dolls. So I'm going to try to get them all listed right now before I leave today on go on my trip. Because I would love for all these dolls to sell and get out of my house. Because I'm not a big fan of the way these things look. I'm sure you'll probably see them in a video coming soon. But yeah, guys, if you like today's video, if you got some knowledge out of it, subscribe, like, tell your friend, your cat, your dog, the mailman, somebody walking down the street about what's going on here. And until next time, stay awesome.